Hey guys, it's Zach here. And a while ago, I made a muzzle tutorial for canine-styled masks. And that tutorial got quite popular, so I thought I'd make an updated version because I've tweaked and changed how I do them. But don't worry, it's still very easy and simple to do, so let's get into it. First, you're going to take your piece of cardboard and fold it in half. Like so. Then, once your cardboard's folded in half, you're going to cut along these lines in this order. First, you're going to cut along the green line and cut the entire piece off. Then, you're going to cut along the pink line. Make sure to leave a space. And do not cut directly to the point, we want it to be curved. Then, you're going to cut along the blue line. But do not cut it all the way off. Leave it still attached. 1, 2, 3. Then you're going to fold it out like this. Take the little flap we made with the blue line and fold it inwards. Then you're going to crease the cardboard on these lines, like this. Then you're going to cut along these green lines on the little tabs you've made. Try and keep them as symmetrical as possible. Once your muzzle looks like this, it's time to start gluing. First, you're going to fold the tab with the pink X inwards, like this. Then you're going to crease along these pink lines, like this. Then you're going to cut the corners off of your tab by cutting along these green lines. It should look like this. Then, you're going to apply some hot glue to the back of the tabs with the two green X's. Then, you're going to glue them on top of the tab with the pink X. When you glue it down, try to make those corners pointing towards each other, almost touching. This is the trickiest part, but when you're done, it should look like this. Then, you're going to make the muzzle look more canine. You should cut something roughly in the shape of those pink lines. It doesn't have to look exactly like mine, just a rough outline. When you're done, it should look like this. Right now, it looks quite boxy. To fix this, fold and crease the cardboard around all of the points to make it look more rounded. Once you're done, it should look like this. Also make sure to fold and round out these edges. When you're done, it should look like this, almost like a cave or a tunnel. Now to glue it onto the mask. When gluing on this muzzle, it helps if you leave a tiny bit of the old snout still left over to use as a ledge to glue it to. I recommend applying the glue onto the mask itself and not the muzzle to glue it on. When you're done, it should look like this. The last thing is to cut off these corners and smooth it out. Once finished, it should look like this. It also looks better if you add some cardboard around to smooth out the muzzle. Cut out a piece for the nose bridge and glue it to here and here. Cut some triangles to fill in the gaps. Then cut out 2 strips of cardboard to smooth the seam. And you get this. Happy crafting!